All right, we're gonna try this again. We're gonna jump right back into it. We're gonna see if it runs smooth. All right. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. We're trying. We're you know, yeah. Is
We're really
this working?
doing it, Grizz. We're really doing it.
I don't know if this is working. We on? Is this thing on? All right,
Microphone check.
All right, no, I know it's on. I'm just talking to you. All right. Yeah, we need drivers. Yeah, it's time to go. Let's go. Time. Go.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
No, they are. They are.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, we need Ferbs and Jester right here, right now, and then Lupo Chaos, SLI Den Prince, TT Arian, Bun Shiesty, Manny, Heretic, Rizo, and Jaden. Try to join in order if you can. We'll try to get all y'all in here and kind of jump in through here and get this ripping and rolling. Sorry about the delay. Computers be computering, They say they're going to take over the world, but, who's going to reset them whenever they get confused? I don't know. It's a good question, though, if you really think about it. All right. That's fine. We just won't use them.
Yeah.
All right. No judges slide. You're going to get cool judge announcers from me and Pushy.
Oh, God.
Give us
Cool
suggestions. Give
sentence.
us. That was hard. It's hard to say, dude. My tongue's moving slower with the more Kool-Aid I have. Give us suggestions in the chat as to how we should announce the winner, since we don't have the sliders aren't working. So we need to kind of get our way through this. So how are we going to announce the winners, guys? How are we going to make this happen? I don't know. I have no idea.
Are you gonna announce the wiener?
How are we going to announce who the wiener is?
Yeah, we need to figure out who the wiener is.
I don't know, man.
That's first priority. A
SpongeBob impressions?
Me boy.
Oh, that's actually really a good idea because the Shadow Realm guys picked SpongeBob, the Bikini Bottom Drift team, as the livery theme for their stuff for this. So, all right, Ferbs and Jester, if you guys are in there and ready to go, we'll see what's going on. I know. Looks like most have made their way in, if not everybody. There may be a car slot not open for one, so I know Ferbs is in there, and Jester are both in there. So we'll wait until production has the stuff ready to go. I'm not gonna rush anybody, but we're just happy to be back, making sure all the dials are moving in the right direction. Yo. All right, we got Jester on the line. But Ferbs is in there. He's just not moving up into that lead position yet. Not quite where he needs to be at. Ferbs, are you alive? Come on, Ferbs. Hello, Ferbs. Ferbs. Oh, there he goes. I see him moving. I see him moving on the server. I see him
Woke
moving.
up.
All right, here we go. All right. We are on here ready to go. And we are off. All right, 180 of Ferbs in the lead. Jester in the chasing that FC. Getting into this first outside zone. Bouncing around. Keeping it pretty steady overall. A couple of hatchbacks just hatchbacking as they make their way through the touch and goes and into a big flick into that outer zone from Ferbs. Jester almost not sure where to go. Ferbs riding every inch of the outside line of that outer zone and making it look nice, but what a crazy flick there at first. I don't know. What do you think of that, Pushy?
That might work against him. I'm watching the stream currently. I don't know why, but it's in. It looks like it's in the Sims game. But
yeah, I'm restarting the Discord stream really quick on my end. I think that was an issue.
Yeah, I've tried that like 3 times.
Oh, has it?
Yeah.
That's okay. We'll
But
just
anyways,
make it work.
both these drivers switching positions. Ferbs or Jester this time in the lead. And that FC RX-7 doing a great job. Ferbs doing a great job holding. Ooh, 2-tire off there coming from Jester. As they're in that first outer zone, or second outer zone, excuse me. And then the last touch and go over the line. Both these drivers doing a great job, but big issue there in the same spot for both drivers is just Will Ferbs more of a backwards entry compared to Jester. Well, I think Jester's might be more comparative for the fault being too off. Now, Ferbs following him into that. It all depends.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
The judges think.
Oh! Okay, never mind. I think I know what the issue is. Slay. I'll send you a message. Hold on. Yep, I know exactly what it is. All right, and our winner is going to be none other than Ferbs. Ferbs going to be moving on to the next round to take on Kinetic Legacy. But up next, we have Lupo Chaos and SLI Dank Prince. Might have to restart it again, and that should fix it. It's just it's a goofy.
We should probably be getting the next 8 drivers into the server.
Oh my god, it did. Okay, no, it's just okay. We're just gonna deal. It's doing what it's doing. Next 8 are already in the. Yeah, it's just doing its thing. We'll work with it. Ain't a big deal. It's not your fault. It's all good.
It's just the way the road, you know.
It looks good on YouTube, and that's what matters.
Yeah.
So, we got Lupo Chaos and Dank Prince up and running. Gonna rip it up here next, so we'll get Lupo Chaos in the lead, Dank Prince in the chase. We're gonna get these guys cooking once we're ready. That's all good, no worries. We'll just let it rip.
Rip tater chip.
Yeah, we're just gonna work with what we got here. I'll just go off a YouTube stream. So commentary might be a little bit delayed, but we're gonna work with it. All right, boys, send them. We are off to the races. Lupo Flex in the lead, or Chaos in the lead. And Dank Prince in this chase position. Big old Mustang in the back. Oh, baby. Lupo with the clean skin on that S15. Grabbing all of that inner clip. Getting, I mean, zone coverage right where it needs to be. A little bit far outside before that outer zone. Maybe dropping definitely one tire, maybe two. Dank Prince in the Mustang trying to keep up in the chase, but he's just not on the door where he needs to be. Gonna have to make up some ground a little bit. And, I don't know. Big shoes to fill in the lead position. That's hard to do.
Didn't get to see all that run, so switching over to YouTube. But these drivers, Lupo Chaos, especially great drivers. So I'm sure we're gonna see a great second round as both these drivers swap positions. Lupo in the chase, Dank Prince in the lead in that Mustang. Both these drivers doing a great job. Lupo lagging a little bit behind, but catching up in that inner clip. So they go into the outer second zone. Both these drivers doing a great job. Lupo, kind of going on the inside, trying to get proximity there. As both these drivers hit the last outer touch and go and over the line.
You know, I think Lupo Chaos is gonna take this one away just by a little bit, not by much, but just by the ever so slightest bit. I think he had a little bit more consistent proximity and just a little bit smoother overall. Dank Prince had a couple of moments where he had to shallow up some angle, dive in a little bit, make some adjustments, and I just don't feel like Lupo Chaos had to make those as often, maybe. So, but we do have a call, and the call is 2 votes for Lupo Chaos, 1 vote for OMT. Lupo Chaos will be moving on. And up next, we'll have TT Arian and Bun Shiesty. So if they want to make their way to the line, we'll have TT Arian in the lead, Bun Shiesty in the chase. All right. We're right here ready to ride Bun Shiesty. Patrick Starr. Well, no, he's Gary, I think. Or, no, he's, he's Gary. But we're rocking and rolling here. Throwing it in hard as Bun Shiesty. A little bit inside. But ultimately, from the looks of things, TT Arian, very smooth and consistent in that lead position. Making it look good. Bun Shiesty making his way onto the door of TT Arian as they get into the end section of the track with the outer zones. Diving in really sharp as Bun Shiesty. Still on the inside, not really in the pocket where he needs to be. And I noticed throughout most of his run, wasn't really in the pocket, but he was around there. All right. And as we swap positions, we'll have a Bun Shiesty in that lead position, TT Arian in the chase, and lightning strikes in the background. So they are off to the races. Flopping around, Bun Shiesty with a clean initiation. Looping around Serene, or not Serene, excuse me, Arian, falling back a little bit. A little bit of a tire drop there, surging in, closing the proximity as they get towards the end of the track. But putting it on the door through the outer zones and the banked corner. Clean throughout for the most part, it looks like. But we'll see how it ends up. All right, looks like our replays are busting and still working. We're trying to get everything up and running as we make our way on through this, but we shall see. From my look side to side, I'm kind of leaning more towards TT Arian, but I don't know. We're looking. We do have a call, and the call is OMT, so we'll see it one more time. And we have a little explanation from the judges. Mistakes from both. Arian had advantage until the big tire dropped an inside clip one in the chase. So. All right, and we have them on the line and ready to go for the OMT run. TT Arian in the lead, Bun Shiesty in the chase position. A little bit of lag on my end, but it looks like TT Arian's going around. Bun Shiesty very far inside, not getting any of the first outer zone. As my stream pops back up, Bun is running around, trying to catch up, get his way onto the door of TT Arian. Contact before the transition into the final portion of the track. Bun Shiesty really not able to make up for the mistakes he made this late into the first run, unfortunately. Was doing everything he can. And I'm going to try to make this a little bit easier. I'm going to not commentate the second half of this run because I'm going to try to get into the game so that I can see it in real time and make this a little bit better. So, just a moment. I'm looking at it looks okay. I would just not do it, and I'll just stream so that I can commentate and do it that way. We'll just do it that way, and then we'll make it work. Yeah, we'll just do it that way. I know there's one extra car that I can pull from, and then if I need to hop out, it's no big deal because it's just my end of things. It's not on the stream, so. Ooh, actually, hold on. Okay, yep, we're chilling. I'm on my way in. Yep, and the winner for this round is going to be Arian. 3 votes to Arian, and we are good to go. All right, up next we have Manny and Heretic. All right, I'm getting stuff set up on my end so I can see this clean and clear. All right, and we are ready to go. We got Manny in the lead and Heretic in the chase position. As soon as you're ready, I am ready. And we're off. Manny in the Jellyfish Mobile. Heretic in the S14. Heretic making contact with Manny upon initiation. Unfortunate. Not very good. Manny taken off. Heretic really having to cut the proximity gap that has been made from Manny here. But he's doing so as they make their way into the second final outer zone. Fading back just a little bit more. Manny very consistent in that lead position after the contact. Ultimately, in a really good position overall. I mean, you know, Manny has all the eggs in his basket. He's got everything in his favor right now. There's really nothing he can do wrong other than to cause contact or cause something that would create a deduction for him and his score as they go into the second half of this one. And here we go as Heretic initiates into this outer zone. Wrapping around Manny, keeping it safe behind him, but not too safe. Really putting it on the door. And putting on a show. Heretic throwing a lot of angle through the touch and go, but cleanly doing so. Manny massaging it onto the door of Heretic as they move along to the second last outer zone in the banked corner. It's the fun one to run. Ultimately, I think Manny's going to have this one and move on to the top 16. We'll see what the judges have to call here. All right. And Manny will be moving on to the top 16. MAE86. Moving on. Our judges are swapping to a different camera. Keep it a little bit more consistent for them. So we'll take a quick second. But right now, we need Alien Marizo, a.k.a. Garrett Shaw, in the server, and KMR Jaden in the server. I see KMR Jaden. I don't see a Rizzo. Looks like Jaden's gonna pull a bye here if we get the judges in before Rizzo gets in the server. Just need the okay from the judges and then we're good to move. All right, Jaden is going to be moving on. He's going to get this win. We have a no-show from Rizzo. So, Jaden, if you want to take a quick buy run, you can go ahead and do it. But we need our next 8 in the server, which is going to be Six Shadows, Rowdy, L2L Slammed, Nathan Ferreria, Chewy from Shadow Realm, Calvin Tola, SSR, ATL Drift 76, and SOH Nick Donato. Please make your way into the server. Once you get in, we will get this thing moving.
ask that right away.
Hey, Vader.
Hey, how's it going? What happened to Pushy?
How's it going? I don't know.
Okay. I did work out my Windows settings for this mic, so if I'm super loud, that's
You're
why.
sounding great on my end.
Let's go.
Slay will tell you yes or no, so or he'll adjust you. So
Okay.
should be good to go, partner.
Yeah, I'm ready when you are.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're just getting the next 8 into the server, and then we're good to go. You got the link to the bracket and everything? Or you need that bad boy? I got you.
I do need that. Yep.
Got
Throw
you,
that down in the
partner.
chat.
Yeah, no, we're getting ready to jump off here. You're probably gonna want to tune into my stream. That's gonna be our live feed.
Okay.
But we have Six Shadows and C-Spec Rowdy up here ready to battle. I think our judges are ready, good to go. So Tofu, when you're ready to go. No, 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 no food, Tofu. Just kidding, Tofu. I was joking. Dan, do you have somebody jackhammering?
No, can you hear something?
I don't know. I heard some loud noises. Maybe it was me. I don't know. Maybe there's someone jackhammering near me. I don't know.
I cracked a brewski.
Oh no, it was the game. It was the game. It was the game. Either way,
All right.
Six Shadows and Rowdy off here. Rowdy, getting
Another
Rowdy.
big impact
contact
into the first outer zone.
Yeah, big contact with Six Shadows in the first outer zone. But Rowdy is staying true to his name and sticking on the door of Six Shadows as they move along through the
Shadows
touch
got
and goes.
right back online.
Oh yeah, he's not afraid, and he's not going to let up either. He's going to keep it moving if he can, and he is
across the
doing
line.
so. Captain Neptune making it look nice and smooth. We'll have
Yeah,
Rowdy in the lead here.
I don't
See
think
what
Ryan's
happens.
going to take it very easy on his chase run. That's not very like Six Shadows. We'll see what kind of happens in this next run. Rowdy taking off. He's going to drop it in. We'll see if he overshoots that first zone like he did before. He doesn't. He lines it up pretty well. Hits the big bump. Not filling the first outer zone all that well, but he does carry a nice line into outer zone 2, the inner clip. Outer zone 3 catches nicely. Ryan is right there in the pocket. A little weird transition on Rowdy and kind of throws Six Shadows off. And kind of follows that line out all the way off the track. Six Shadows is going to take that chance to go by and claim the victory, I believe, on that one.
Yep, I think that's a safe win for Six Shadows. And then we'll be moving on to our next battle. And the judges do agree. Quick call due to the off track from Rowdy. It's a win for Six Shadows. Next up, we have Slammed and Nathan Ferreira. So Slammed in the lead position. Lock to lock. And then Nathan in the chase. And I think we are good to go. So the light goes down. The tires start spinning, Slammed off to the races here, but Nathan right behind him. You see how our initiation goes. A lot of flames at first. Slam looks like he gets most of the outside zone. Nathan behind him, but dropping 2 on the inside. Not good ultimately. Slammed in a good position this early into the run or battle thus far. Grabbing all of that outside zone. Most of this one could have been maybe a little bit deeper. Nathan getting closer in proximity, but I think Slammed ultimately with a little bit more of an advantage if we had to move the slider one way or another. What do you think, Dan?
Yeah, Slam could have definitely been a little bit deeper, but overall I think it was a really smooth run. It allowed a decent chase, and I don't think Nathan really capitalized on it. Let's see what they do in the lead run. Go ahead and send him Tofu. See what Nathan has to bring in his lead run. Tearing off, getting a little sideways through the gate. Big flick into outer zone 1. Dropping a tire, maybe 2. Getting close to the wall, but he saves it. taps the wall right at the end, filling half of outer zone 2, grabbing that touch and go. Really big flick into the D-cell zone. Really solid zone coverage so far. But Slammed is right there with him, not letting him get away. We'll see what the last zone has to offer. Yeah, and Slammed really just kind of sealed his deal there.
Yeah, I think that's all Slammed. Definitely. Yep, and judges confirmed Slammed win on that one. Slammed moving on to our top 16. Oh, do you? Oh, I'm sorry, partner. My bad. Trying to figure out timing for that. You want to just tell me? I do, but it's delayed because that's, you know, there's just no avoiding that, unfortunately. Actually, you know what? We're good. Let's do this. I'll do my bestest. Dan, I'll try to do results. How about that?
Okay, sounds good.
All right. We're doing it live. All right.
We're doing it live.
Slam moving on this one. Up next, we have Chewy and Calvin Tola.
Chewy, a driver that is in the running for the championship. He's going to try and give it his all. One of our own Shuttle Realm drivers.
Chewy, aka Patrick Starr, made the Firebird layout. If you all have driven that, available on Vosan. Landed into the first outside zone very smoothly, but Calvin Tola also really smooth in the chase. Gonna have to really step it up to keep up with Chewy though. And he makes a couple of compromises and gets up there, but that C63 swings real quick if you don't catch it, and it did in that little back and forth touch and go section. Managed to get it back together, and he's getting where he needs to be. Not quite, didn't quite get there, but
Yeah,
he
Chewy's
was getting
laying
there.
down a really smooth line like he always does. He's really starting to get the speed out of that A90. Calvin Tola in
absolutely.
that big body, I mean, that's a heavy car, so you got to time it real well, but he got back up in there.
It'll get out of your hands. You know, if
Yeah.
you flick it too quick, it'll get out of your hands.
It's got a lot of
surprising for a
momentum.
big body, but Tofu, go ahead, rip him.
Calvin Tola taking off. Slow initiation, but he's filling the zone. See how he peels out of here. Definitely grabbing the zones, rotating that car pretty slowly, and that's allowing Chewy a really nice entry into that pocket. Chewy's not going to take any chances. He's going to put it right on his door. Throwing into the second to last zone. Real awesome battle we're seeing here. Real clinical and across the line.
That's a good Chewy win, I think.
I think you're right.
I believe. We will see which way it ends up sliding, but I think that's a Chewy win. It just seemed a little bit more locked in overall.
Chewy's going to give him a little kiss on the cheek. Good sportsman-like conduct here. Kiss on the door. Oh, yeah. Love to see it. You'll love to see it.
Y'all love to see it.
You'll love to see it.
All right. And we are going to see them go to Chewy. And Chewy is going to be moving on to our top 16 to battle either the two drivers up next, SSR ATL Drifts or SOH Nick Donato on the line. And here we go.
Tearing off, grabbing that first outer zone. Real nice entry. Real smooth entry. Really kind of leaving Nick Donato in the dust. Nick Donato almost straightening out going into the second outer zone. They both grab that touch and go on the inside. Nick Donato is real straight and a little bit shallow. I think he's struggling to keep up. Well, Drift's laying down a pretty banger lead run, though, dragging that outer zone right on the line, not dropping a tire. Absolutely killer lead run from SSR Alt Drifts. Nick Donato, I think, has a little bit to work in his lead run here. Hopefully he can maybe shake Alt Drifts. We'll see what he has to do in his chase run.
And we are off. Nick Donato in the chase in that E92 SSR ATL Drifts. G87 style. A little bit shorter of a BMW. A little bit of contact in that first outer zone. Not good. I don't know whose fault that will be.
We'll have to
Yeah.
let the judges call that one, but I think Nick Donato was on throttle there.
I think so.
Alt Drifts
I do
might have
agree.
just thrown it all away after that banger lead run.
Might have happened there. I mean, ATL Drifts really in the pocket where he needs to be. Doing a great job in the chase position and the rest of the track, but big hiccup right off the rip.
I think Nick knew he was not at fault there. It looked like he kind of just flowed through the rest of that course like he had not a worry in the world. See what the judges have to say.
Yeah, I'm not sure. You know, watching run 2 back, it's kind of hard to tell what happens there. A little bit difficult. I mean, one thing I do notice is there seems to be, well, it's pretty consistent angle from both drivers in their leads. But, okay, I did notice something.
What'd you notice? What's up?
A lot of left foot brake from Nick Donato in that first outer zone. So,
Ooh.
and the judges do pull telemetry and have that pulled up. And that could be a thing that they bring up. So,
Yeah, if he even lost a couple miles an hour, that could have been enough to really mess up the chase run there.
absolutely.
I think you're right. That was a lot of decel.
Quite a
going on
lot.
there. I don't know about
Well,
all the
no.
decel, but it was-
Well,
I don't know if it was
the left foot
Excel.
brake didn't occur until after the contact.
Okay.
I mistakenly, I saw that incorrectly. But there's definitely an analysis going on regarding run 2 and that contact. They are trying to determine fault here.
Digging in
He's
pretty
on
deep for
throttle.
sure.
He's on throttle. You know, it's not, he doesn't hit the left foot brake. I don't see too much of a stoppage of smoke. I don't know what happened. I don't know. And as a commentator, we get the comfort of being able to say, I don't know.
Yeah, we don't have to know. That's the great part.
We don't have to
We
know.
can sit back and talk smack and
Yeah,
just
we
be
don't
like,
have to
hey,
know.
whatever.
We
Even
don't
if
have
the other three guys.
We don't have to know. But I do know that either ATL Drifts or Nick Donato will be moving on to our top 16 to battle Chewy. And that doesn't sound fun. I don't want to do that, personally. Doesn't sound like a lot of fun. But our next drivers, our next group of 8, if you want to make your way into the server, if there's a slot available for your car, go ahead and hop in there. Let's get in there so that we can just go ahead and slide through these next battles. Our top 16 is forming. Our left side is full. The right side is filling up. We're going to be there before you know it.
Yeah. It's going to be a pretty interesting top 16, that's for sure. Some pretty sweet battles looking.
Ugh. Slept on my neck funny last night, man.
Yeah, I usually sleep with 2 pillows, and I used to sleep with 1. And last night, for some reason, I pulled one of the pills off, and I noticed the bottom one got a lot smaller. And
Yeah.
it didn't work out. I slept on my back. 2 pillows was too much, and 1 pillow was not enough. I slept on my back.
Man. Man.
I woke up to the loudest thunder I've ever heard in my life at like 4 o'clock. Power went out. I was gonna go mountain biking this morning. That didn't happen. Trails were all wet.
Man, we are begging for rain over here. It has not rained since probably Formula Drift St. Louis.
Really? Whoa.
Every yard down here is brown, man. It's looking
dang.
rough. It's bad. Don't throw a lit cigarette anywhere, man.
Don't throw your butts anywhere.
It's that kind of action, yeah. But we
right.
do have a
We
call
have a judge's
here.
call here.
We do have a call. We do have a call here.
Looks
So
like it's gonna be a shared fault.
it's going to be a shared fault. There is an OMT. So the judges have kind of split it. One went ATL, the other 2 went OMT. And it's really a shared fault situation. One judge went with shared fault, and the other one, one judge went with ATL, both the others that went OMT went with shared fault. So we're doing it again. So we're gonna have SSR ATL drifts in the lead again. That G87, Nick Donato in the chase position. We're gonna run it back right here. Have a good clean initiation here from both drivers. Nick Donato in the pocket where he needs to be. He needs to shore up that proximity and get a little bit closer to ATL, and he does so without dropping a tire. But man, not much angle in that chase position as they make their way to the second half of the track. Maybe a little bit of lag there from Nick, but he's keeping it clean in that chase. ATL drifts laying down a textbook lead, and I mean, in a great position, I think, overall.
Yeah,
I
very
think
reminiscent
he's
of
looking
his
really
first
good where he's
lead.
sitting.
I'm really hoping he can clean up that chase, and both of them can clean up that second run, and hopefully we can get a pretty sweet battle going on in the second half. Nick warming up his tires a little bit, trying to get every advantage he can.
All right. Here we go.
Nick Donato tearing off with those hot tires. Big flick into outer zone 1. Deep in the zone, doing all right, staying off the wall. Pushing out to that second outer zone. Ultra's right there with him, not letting him go anywhere. Looking like a much cleaner chase so far. Donato throwing it back. Not deep enough though, but he keeps it going. Smooth, just not very deep. And pulls through. Ultra's not letting him go still. Making every correction he needs to. Pretty solid run.
I think ATL Drifts is going to have that one.
I think ATL Drifts has a decent advantage going into this judge call. We love the friendly donuts around here.
Oh, yeah.
Enjoy your run, but enjoy some donuts afterwards.
All right. And we have our decision, and it is coming in, and it is a 3-way slide to ATL Drifts. We're moving on to our top 16. Up next, Max Yeager, Drifting Magic's Max Yeager against Shadow Realms Murda. So we'll have Max Yeager and Murda to the line. Max in that lead position, Murda in the chase.
Two very well-known drivers in Shadow Realms history. Both of these drivers showing out to just about every competition I can remember. Very active drivers.
It looks like we are ready to go.
Max Jaeger in the lead. SR's Murda in the chase. Killing tires through the gates. Jaeger in the C63. Murda throwing a little extra there, giving him a little tap and going 2 off. Max Jaegers keeps it off the wall though and carries on a great lead run so far. Filling all the zones very smooth in that big long wheelbase. Right on the white line like he should be. In all the zones, very smooth. Not many corrections. Murda's right there with him towards the end of the course, but I don't know if he's gonna be able to move on too well with that mistake at the beginning.
Yeah,
Have to
definitely
really
going to
try and
set him
lose
back a
in
little
his-
bit.
in his lead, yeah. Gonna be hoping for the best here.
Absolutely, and we got Murda in that lead position. That C6 Corvette, the lone C6 driver.
It's a good car.
Clean initiation. Grabbing the outside zone, a little bit shallow towards the end. Max keeping it safe in the chase, but he knows that's about all he's got to do right now. Keep it safe back there. Good clean chase, and he's good to go. But we have contact in the momentum zone, which causes Murda to go off track. He's going to really make an interesting decision out of this one. You never know what could happen until the very end.
I think we might see another OMT. We got 2 incidents and 2 drivers with 2 tires off. It's a 2-2-2.
2-2-2-2-2-2.
2-2-2-2-2s.
What does the prophecy say? I don't know.
2-2?
I don't know. I don't read enough. Well, I read too much, but not the right stuff. So
Yeah, you're
I
in
don't know. I couldn't
the
tell.
law books and what? No. You do the mandatory reading, not the pleasure reading.
Yeah, no, yeah. See, it's not fun reading. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's not. I wasn't gonna out myself, but yeah, no, it's not fun reading. That's what sucks.
I don't like reading. I like listening to other people read. Audiobooks
Me
are the
too.
stuff.
I like audio. Yeah, me too. I like audiobooks. I think that's why I like podcasts so much.
Yeah. Well, we're going to leave that up to the judges, but if you asked me, I just want to see that again, all cleaned up, all nice and pretty.
I think this is. I mean, we're totally in OMT territory. I just don't know what exactly we're gonna look like.
I think the judges are going to spend a little more time than we are, just kind of diving in, seeing exactly who might be at fault. I just want to see more drifting. I just want to see it again.
We do be liking drifting around here. We do be liking more drifting. Oh, and we have a call, and I think we're gonna be getting more drifting, man.
It is a 3-way OMT.
A 3-way OMT. Splitting them all around. We got him back on the line. And we're ripping and tooting Max Jaeger off the line in that C63. We got a clean initiation from both drivers here. Grabbing all the zone thus far. Tire drop from Murda on the inside clip. But great proximity as we make our way into the second and last decel. Max Jaeger dropping the tire on the outside zone. I believe Murda might have had one out there too. But we're throwing grass, gentlemen. Oh, a lot of grass. We're throwing Murda with many more tire drops than Max Jaeger there at the end. So,
SRDL lawn care service. I'm
don't
switching
know.
around and trying to clean it up a little bit more, guys.
we are ready to go.
Yes. Murder taking off. C6 Corvette. Burning tire all the way down. Big flake into outer zone 1. Carrying through a decent bit of momentum, feeling the zone, feeling all the second outer zone, really grabbing that first inner clip. Really doing a pretty solid lead. Big snap into this outer zone. Max Jaeger dropping a tire, but he's right there. It's going to come down to this last zone, that means. And I didn't see if he dropped another tire in that last outer zone, but I think that was a cleaner
like
chase than run 1.
Yeah, I think Max is gonna get this one, but
God, I love that livery.
it looks good. I like it. I like what he did. The classic AMG stuff.
Yeah, it looks like very GT reminiscent.
Yeah, it makes me happy. I like
Yes.
it.
Yes, we like
Whenever
when
he
you
submitted
happy.
it, I was like, yes. I was like, yes, it's very nice. Very
I
nice,
like
Max.
it a lot.
Very nice, Max. But we'll see which way we're going. Oh,
I think we will have a call this
wow. We do have a call, and I'll be damned. All right, we have one Max, one OMT, and one Marta. So we're gonna see it again.
Line them back up, boys.
Be careful what you wish for, Dan.
I want to see more drifting.
Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, I got no plans
right.
tomorrow. We can be drifting till the morning.
Me too. I'm ready to rip. And we are off. Here we go. The last OMT. No more OMTs after this. Max Jaeger on that outside line. Murda also out there and in the pocket. Murda wants this real bad. Dropping one on the inside to maintain that proximity. Will it pay off in the long run? I do not know. Oh, no. Very
That
unfortunate for
diesel
Murda
zone will
going
get
off
ya.
track. Max is able to finish out this run and will have a complete for run 1, but Murda with an incomplete and a 0. And a big mountain to climb in the lead. Ugh.
Yeah, that's going to be a hard one to come back from. He's going to have to really lay it down and really just, unfortunately, hope for the demise of his competitor here. Murder tearing off, doing that full-length burnout like he does. Big flick into outer one. Huge angle. Right on the wall. Okay, this is a start to a great lead run, but Max Jaeger is right there with him. Murda throwing down a very clean run. He does drop that tire again on the inside, but he gets the snap into the outer zone where he went off earlier. He does drop a couple tires, and Max Jaeger puts it on his door. He's not letting him go anywhere. He's like, you drop tires, slowing down a little bit? Thank you. I'll take that proximity back. And I think we got a call here. I think that one's pretty set in stone.
I think that one's pretty clear that Max will be moving on. We'll get a confirmation, but yep, and we do have a confirmation. Max will be moving along to that top 16. We'll have Suzuya up against Brandon Surratt next.
Well, we got one on the line.
I don't see a Brandon.
I don't see a Brandon either.
Where in the heck? Come on now. Come on now.
Where's Brandon? I think we're gonna have to start the clock.
I think we are.
I think we need to get some Jeopardy music to
Clock
play for
is on.
scenarios like this.
I can do it. I can try.
Chris is
I
our
don't know. It'll be good.
soundbox.
I don't know. It'll be good. I mean, technically, with the way it works is if you recreate it with by your own means, then it's not copyright.
Not copyright, you're right.
Copyright. All right, so Suzuya has a bye. Suzuya taking a bye run right now, moving on to our top 16.
Well, that's got to be fun for Suzuya. Let's see if he can throw it down. Make the crowd happy.
Up next, we have Nibish and Static Shitbox.
Fantastic lead run. Suzuya really throwing it down with all the pressure off, grabbing the big 360 at the end. Real stoked to be moving on to our top 16.
We got the Flying Dutchman up against Static Shitbox here. And we're ready to go. Countdown goes 3, 2, 1, and we are off. Nibish in the lead in that Supra Mark IV. Static Shitbox in my favorite car, the best car in the pack, the C63. Nibish not grabbing all of that first outside zone, but getting most of it. Static Shitbox really needing to dive in, dropping a tire on the inner clip, making some sacrifices to keep up. But he's able to do so, has to compromise a little bit of angle once more. Another slight adjustment. Nibish laying down a good lead run. A little bit of a contact again, though, in transition from Static. I don't know, guys. A couple of mistakes in the chase position from Static.
Pull him around and try it again. Go ahead and send him tofu. Static Shitbox in the lead. SR's Nibish in the chase. Let's see what they can do. Fox throwing it in. Big, almost a backy into the first outside zone, but he gets good coverage, carries his momentum through. Nice flick into outer two, grabbing the inner clip. Nibish dropping a tire on the inside, but he does take advantage of it, keeping the proximity. Nibish still a little inside on the line, really close on transition. Static Shitbox could be a little deeper in the zones, but he sure is being smooth about it. Across the line.
Maybe a light tire drop at the end in the lead. I don't know. I think ultimately this is
a hard one to call. Each driver had their proximity in certain zones. Each driver had their good leads in certain zones. Yep, this is one of those ones where I'm just going to leave the call to the judges.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard back and forth. I mean, we're looking at pretty good zone coverage. Proximity-wise, not too much to complain about really either side. There were quite a bit of compromises in Static's chase in run one. But we see similar compromises from Nibish in run two in the chase. Maybe not quite as significant, but similar compromises. You know, we're in OMT territory. We have a tire drop on the inner clip. We have less coverage of the first outer zone in the chase to maintain proximity. A little bit of angle shortening to maintain proximity at times in the banked corner from Nibish, whereas that was occurring in run one in, I think it was outer zone, the outer zone before the bank corner for Static. So I think we're in OMT territory. I don't know, man.
I'm definitely going to side with you. I think that's just, you know, a few too many mistakes on both sides to really get a clear advantage out of each driver.
Yeah, absolutely. But we do have a call.
We do have a call.
We'll be moving them sliders here in a moment. And we have one for Nivish. And Nivish will be moving on. Judge 3 for OMT. So split decision overall, but Nivish moving on to the top 16 to go against either Stylex from SLI or Lugo from AOM.
Let these drivers pull up the line.
We got Stylex in that hot S15 skin. Looking really good. I like the way they did the chrome on it, on the logo. And the hood, too. And here we go. Stylex in the lead position. Pretty commanding lead so far. Lugo lagging back behind, but he manages to get close to where he needs to be before we get moving real quick, but not fast enough. Stylex, big proximity gap from Lugo so far. But Lugo, as he goes to dive in, causes severe contact with Stylex, knocking him into the tire wall. Lugo will continue on with this run. But ultimately, I know he's at fault. That was a big contact in the D-cell zone. So,
yeah, I think Stylex was really holding that lead pretty proud, and Lupo just felt like he needed to really dive in there, and he did. It just
he
was a little more than he might have asked for.
Indeed, do. Yeah.
Lugo gonna be wishing for Stylex to do something wrong in the chase here, but he drops a few tires in the first outer zone. Taps the wall. Not the greatest start to the lead run. Cleaning it up now, trying to pull away. A little bit of a decel. Straightens out for the next zone a little bit. Still it. Stylex diving in maybe a little too much, but he's there. He's caught up now. And taps him across the line. Ooh. Not what you want to see.
Man, I don't know. I hate it when this happens.
Why are you making my job harder?
Why are you making my job hard? I'm not even getting paid, man.
This is a volunteer position.
It's not even community service. I don't know who signed me up for this. Oh man, dude, that's the fun in it. You know, if I end up on a FD promo compilation from STL FD, yes, it is me. I was asked point blank with a camera in my face, what is drifting?
Oh no.
How do you answer that? That's so broad, man.
Car goes sideways.
And full disclosure, we're like a full pack of Kool-Aid jammers deep, right?
Oh
so
my god, yeah.
And so it's hot. I mean, it's not gross out, but you know. And there was so much going on at that time. Like Chewy had just gotten the championship James Dean Irwindale shoe signed by James Dean. He was getting it signed by James Dean, like he was trying to at that time, and he ended up getting it signed. And like there were so many things going on. And then the FD crew points a camera in my face. We do have a result, so we're gonna move to that. But it was just such a hard question to ask. But yeah, I might end up on something. I don't know. But yep, I can't deny it is me. So.
It is going to be an OMT on all
OMT across the board.
We're going to see this back.
OMT across the board. And I would imagine that last final tap before the line really kind of wrote that in the record books. Yeah.
Dude, I can still not believe to this day that Chewie grabbed that shoe. I remember watching the stream and seeing James Dean chuck it out in the crowd and going like, oh my god, someone's going home so happy tonight. It was Chewie.
Yeah.
It was Chewie.
Oh yeah. It was Chewy, man. Oh, production's right, dude. I'm not gonna leak that, but yeah, production's right. All right, Tofu, let's rip them. All right, we got Stylex ripping this one off. In that lead position, Lugo in the chase again. Stylex dropping 2 in the outside zone. Not good off to the start. Lugo closing the gap in the chase position. Not dropping the tire on that inner like many have in the chase thus far. He's really got to catch up there, though. A little bit of a mistake before that outer zone in that decel zone. Clean around the banked corner and clean through the end. We're neck and neck right now.
Yeah, they're really cleaning it up for this second heat. Really getting that oven preheated.
Oh yeah, you got to preheat the oven before you put it in. It makes a difference.
Yeah, no kidding.
Your mom was right, okay? Listen to your mother. Well, maybe not all the time, just sometimes.
She 90% of the time knows best. Stylex just backing it in and maybe a little too much. Lugo's gonna tear off in a happy lead run, knowing that something went wrong and he probably doesn't think it was his fault. So here he goes to lay down his unofficial bye run. And sure is doing a great job of it. Filling all the zones fantastically, tons of speed. Yeah, I think he's pretty happy with himself right now.
Oh yeah. I think it was
Stylex.
not be.
We're gonna have to watch that back and kind of diagnose what happened there. I think he just didn't time Lugo's decel. Lugo also decelling pretty close to that first zone. Not getting on throttle until a decent ways after the impact. I think the judges are going to look pretty close at that. I don't know. I have no idea. Got a judge call. We're gonna go judge 1 towards Lugo. Judge 2 is gonna be an OMT, but judge 3 is saying Lugo, so we are gonna see Lugo move on to the top 16. And with that, we're gonna take a short little break, and we're gonna come right back in just a few minutes. If we could get the first 8 drivers of the top 16 into the server, go ahead and get that done. Take a minute to yourself, grab some water, get ready for your top 16 battles. The SRDL Run 3.
Tell me where to go, what to do. Get it poppin', put it
I can't breathe until you let me. I took a bullet to my chest and I buried all the empty pieces that I left behind. A voice inside my head, I'm getting lost inside my faith. If the world wants us dead, I'd rather die in your embrace. I can't believe in a ghost buried deep below. I can't believe in something that remains under the ground. I can't believe in a ghost. I can't believe in a ghost. It's the plan of destruction. Tear me apart, rebuild my eyes. My heart can't
Howdy, 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 howdy. All right, we're diving into our top 16. And we're ready to do it right dang now. We have Serene against Frederick Blockus up first. SLI Serene versus Frederick Blockus. And then we have Kinetic Legacy against Ferbs. Lupo Chaos against TT Arian. And then Shadow Realms MAE86 against KMR 99. Jaden. So, first off and foremost, SLI Serene in the lead against Frederick Blockus.
Would you two gentlemen pull up to the line?
Come on now. Go on, move. Serene in the lead and Frederick in the chase. There we go. We got movement now. All right, we are off to the races here. Serene, good initiation. Dropping 2 on the outside. Having to massage it in. Frederick Blockus keeping it safe in the chase and maintaining proximity. Get along here and a little bit of a tap on the inside from Frederick on that inner clip. The only inner clip on this section. Serene riding all of that outside zone before we get in our banked corner. But getting all of the outside zone there too. But Frederick Blockus in his shadow throughout the whole course. Pretty good run from Fred. But I mean,
like
Serene,
that. Yeah.
Serene with that 2 tire drop. That's not a good spot to be in right now.
Just gonna have to clean it up for round 2. We can send him off. Blocks in the lead. Serene in the chase. Peeling and out through the gate. A big flick into outer one. Serene dropping those 2 again and going into the wall this time. Frederick Blockus is gonna finish out this run. If he keeps it up clean, he's going to have a huge advantage in the judge's eyes. Serene throwing it real deep into the pocket, though, trying to make up lost ground. Frederick Blockus right there on the edge of the track. Really showing a great line with a decent amount of angle and real smooth. Finishes up. Serene right back to pit. Probably is not the most happy with that run, but hey, this is drifting and you only get 30 seconds to do your best. Sometimes it doesn't go the way you want it to.
Not always. I think Frederick Blockus will have this one. Moving on to our top 16. We'll see what the judges have to say. They are the ultimate callers.
I think the judges are looking at that initiation, making sure that there is no way that it was any form of shared fault.
We do have a call.
We do have a call.
We'll see which way they slide momentarily. Oh, there we go. All right, 1, 2, 3, Frederick Blockus. Gonna get it. Moving on. So we're gonna have Kinetic Legacy and Ferbs up next. Just a heads up, Tofu Legacy is gonna need that chat countdown. So please do that for us. We got Legacy in that lead position, the A80. And Ferbs, that 180 SX. We're ready to send him off. Let's get him moving, Tofu. All right, here we go. Kinetic Legacy in that lead position, Ferbs. right behind him as we initiate in this first outer zone. Kinetic Legacy grabbing most of it. A little bit of a gap as we go through, but he misses the first touch and go on the outside. Ferbs able to get right in the pocket where he needs to get. Leaves a little bit of a gap, but manages to get right back on the door. As we go around the bank corner, Ferbs almost touching the front tire of Legacy. Legacy light angle at the end. Ferbs trying to mimic it, but almost throws himself off track. Nervous moment for both drivers there, I believe.
A bit of a rough run there. Definitely have a few things to clean up. Ferbs is going to be in the lead. Tofu, go ahead and send him off when you're ready. Ferbs tearing off in that 180SX. Pretty slow flicking to outer one, dragging the outer line. Kinetic Legacy dropping a couple tires, but making it up pretty quickly. He's in the pocket again. Ferbs throwing down a great lead run so far. Not leaving much to be desired. Kinetic Legacy is going to throw a backy where it is not suggested to do so. Whereas Ferbs is dragging that outer line like he put it there. Like he's the one who painted that line and he knows where it is.
I think that's a pretty... I feel pretty confident in saying Ferbs is going to take this one and move on.
Agreed. 100%.
And looks like we'll be having a similar thing from our judges, but we'll wait until it pops up on screen. I don't want to speak for them. They get mad when I do that. Oh, never mind. Ferbs won. Up next, though. We got to keep moving. Lupo Chaos, TT Arian. Lupo Chaos in the lead. TT Arian in the chase position.
Do we got ourselves a little S chassis battle here?
S chassis. It's a chassis.
The chassis.
We do a little S15 action here as we have Lupo Chaos kicking us off here. Clean initiation from both drivers. Good zone coverage. TT Arian needs to get up in the pocket before he gets lost. But he's making his way up there. Look at him go. Diving in on this transition and staying on the throttle to maintain that proximity.
Yes.
As we get around to this banked corner. We're getting nasty here. Good bumper-to-bumper transitions. And knocking on the door of Lupo Chaos is TT Arian. But Lupo Chaos, don't want to leave him feeling short. Great lead run, filling all the outer zones, grabbing the inner clip, doing what he needs to do. So
that's the kind of drifting I like to see right there. Real aggressive, tons of chances taken, and they paid off. Yeah, that was a pretty solid run, solid chase. TT Arian in the lead this time, Lupo in the chase. Let's see if they can mimic what they just did. Big angle in outer one. Lupo right there on the front wheel, almost making contact, but he saves it. Great chase so far, decent lead. Filling the zones. Little contact, throwing Lupo off, maybe pushing TT in off the track there a little bit. We'll leave it to the judges and their telemetry to tell us what happened there, but pretty smooth for the rest of the run. I think it's going to come down to the middle of that second run where there's a bit of contact. It might have caused TT Arian to drop a few tires. I know when I was driving this track, that decel zone is very quick. After that outer zone, you slap it to the other side and start decelling right away. And one little tap can really affect that next outer zone.
absolutely. And yeah, I think Arian's going to get this one. This one just with the way those taps in the chase affect the lead. I don't know, but I think this is going to slide to the red side, and Arian's going to get this one.
Yeah, it's a pretty quick judge call. All three of them going towards TT Arian. He will be moving on to our top 8 to battle the winner of our next battle.
Which will be leading Shadow Realm. Oh god, I just had a burp that I tried to hold in. Shadow Realm's own Manny against KMR 99 Jaden.
2 heavy hitters. We're going to see what they can bring to the table here.
And 2 RX-7s as well.
Really? 2 RX-7s, all right.
FDs specifically.
Rotary popping. Nope, sorry.
These are big V8s. We got 16 cylinders. Split them in half.
Like Chevys.
And we are off.
Tearing away. On a real smooth, big angle entry into outer zone 1. Jaden's right there with him. A little shallow in the chase. Keeping that proximity up, doing everything he can to keep with Manny, one of the faster drivers on grid. But Manny throwing a little bit of a shallow transition, manages to fill the zones. Jaden's still a little shallow to keep up with him, but he's right there, gives him a little love tap over the edge and into the wall. Good thing that was after the finish line. We'll have these boys line back up and run it back.
And here we go. Jaden taking that lead position. Manny, King Jellyfish in the chase. Jaden throwing it in real nice and deep with good angle. Manny shallowing up a little bit to maintain proximity, or get proximity. Dropping a tire on the inside on the inner clip. Jaden looking smooth so far. Clean transition into the outer. No contact on the decel. Great coverage of the zone on the bank. Manny's got to make something happen or hope for a mistake, I think, unless the judges take into account the contact after, or right at the line, rather, in run 1.
A little bit of a scrappy battle.
Definitely scrappy.
Some serious proximity. I mean, that was some door-to-door action. I just wish it was a little bit smoother.
Yeah, I wish it was a little cleaner. Because both these guys are totally capable. You know, they're both really good on the wheel. So it's definitely one where they were, I think, more so battling themselves each individually rather than each other. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, a lot of real
and that
quick
happens
reactions.
so often, so often. You know.
Yeah, I mean, you
Sometimes
get 30
we're
seconds
our
to,
own worst enemy. So
you get 30 seconds to show what you're made of. That can weigh a lot on the mental state of when you pull up to that line and something's got to happen.
for sure. Next 8 drivers, go ahead and hop in. We're gonna go through our call right here.
And
We have
please
Judge
keep-
1, 2, and 3 going, Jaden.
Please
So
keep
Cam-
the track clear between battles.
So KMR 99 Jaden will be next. As soon as y'all get into the server, we will have 6 shadows and slammed on the line. We're gonna move through this. Like Dan said, keep that main server clear between battles so we can make sure we can move as quickly as possible. Oh, brother. That was got a good back pop. That felt nice.
I love that. I love crack.
Dan, I don't know if you're into it.
Did I say
but
that?
yeah, I heard that. I don't know if you're into it, but I changed the audio of my stream for the drone cam for us. I got some good tunes playing. Some good Kool-Aid drinking music.
Well, god darn, I've had you muted the whole time. It's about time. Oh yeah.
All right, we got 6 shadows and slammed. Waiting on 1 6. Oh, there he is. Never mind.
Is this like Johnny Cash or something?
Coulter Wall. He He is younger than me.
What?
Yeah, we'll deep dive on him one time. Remind me.
Yes.
All right, gentlemen, make your way to the line. We're gonna rip this off.
Six Shadows pulling up to the line. Shadow Realm zone. Going back to the pits.
Might
Pulling
have
back
some
up to the
technical
line.
issues potentially. Okay, yep, he didn't have any force feedback, so he's gonna reconnect really quickly. Gonna jump right back in here in a moment.
Gosh, now I want to buy a motorcycle.
Me too. You know?
Funny how that works out.
I don't know, man. Oh, this is a good one. This is a bone chiller. All right, we got our boys warming up their tires. Gonna hop right in here. We got
That's who
Six
I've
Shadows.
slammed. Six Shadows.
Ready to rip, we are. There we go, Six Shadows. FDFC, big brother, little brother. Here we go, Six Shadows riding that outer line. Good proximity to the wall, slammed. Making his way into the pocket, and he's there. Needs a little bit more angle, causing a little bit of contact due to the shallowness. Fading back a little bit, but not letting him get out of his reach. Six Shadows completely off track.
What?
Oh man, the icy grass of Homestead calling Six Shadows home in the lead position. Now, I don't know if there was something I didn't see, but that looked volitional. That looked like it was on his own. So.
I'd have to agree with you. We're gonna see one of the best chases of the night, I bet, right here, though.
We're about to see some rowdy things.
And Six Shadows has nothing to lose. Slammed is gonna take off, knowing he's got a shadow behind him. Sure enough, Slammed pulling in with a huge angle. Shadow, you couldn't fit a card between him on that zone. Slammed grabbing that outer zone, great. Falling into the inner clip, the outer zone, both outer zones grabbing great. Shadow's pushing him a little wide, but he's just having some fun at this point. Slammed also carrying a great line through the end of the track, and across the line they go. Unfortunately, that's going to be a pretty easy call to see one of our high-ranking championship drivers get knocked out.
Now,
But
Six
congratulations to
Shadows
Slam.
needed to win this battle to win the series. And I am not certain, but let me look at something for a moment.
We're going to do some calculations here.
I gotta do some quick maths. We might have an interesting turn of events here, gentlemen. Hold on one moment. Our point standings as they sit right now are in a position where the top three drivers, which consist of SLI Serene, Max Jaeger, and Six Shadows, are all neck and neck right here. But there is no way for Max Jaeger to obtain enough points to knock SLI Serene out of first place. Now, as far as Six Shadows and Max Jaeger goes, Max can definitely take. I think that, hold on, let me see. Max, I don't believe he can reach second place either. I gotta clean this up, but I don't think Max can reach second place. I think our top three are solidified. This is, don't take it as official word, but I believe our top three for this series are SLI Serene in first, Six Shadows from Shadow Realm in second, and Drifting Magic's Max Jaeger in third. But we still have more drifting to do. But we are off with Chewy in the lead position and SSR ATL Drifts in the chase right here, right now. Chewy. Oh, okay. Here we go.
Chewy takes it off. Thrown into the first outer zone with a decent smooth angle, filling a decent bit of that first outer zone. Couldn't be too much deeper. Throwing the outer two, grabbing that touch and go great. All drifts, maybe dropping a tire on the inside of that inner clip, but sending it right up into Chewy's door and pushing him a little bit offline. That's going to be a pretty serious deduction. Chewy right back online, grabbing that outer line like he does, and across the line they go. All Drifts is going to have to do some work here to clean up his lead run and hope that Chewy kind of makes a mistake, because that was a pretty big slam. That might have bent a tie rod if we were, in Drift Masters or Formula Drift, but we are in the sim, so luckily we can just hit a button, start it over, and have a great battle without a 5-minute call.
Yeah, I believe Stylex in the chat is correct. I believe Max actually can obtain second. But we have SSR ATL Drifts grabbing all of Outer Zone 1 Chewy in the pocket thus far, sticking with proximity all the way through, wrapping around through the D-cell. No contact in the D-cell. Chewy locked into the pocket of SSR ATL Drifts. No tire drops on the outside thus far from either driver. SSR ATL Drifts riding a fantastic line, but giving Chewy a good one to run and chase. So
I think it's going to come down to that contact on run one, where Chewy got the upper hand of that.
So let me try in the midst of this. Oh, we have a call. All right, and the call is Chewy 3 times. Chewy all the way, Chewy. Moving on, up next, Max Jaeger, Drifting Magic's Max Jaeger against Liam Suzuya Akihiko.
Oh, my burps taste like steak.
I wish, never mind.
Now I really want to know what you were about to say.
I was going to take another drink of Kool-Aid. All right, we got Max in the lead. Liam Akihiko in the chase. We're ready to ride in a moment.
Max Jaeger back in that big body C63 zone custom skin. Which, correct me if I'm wrong, but you said these skins will be updated into the next pack?
They will be. Not the next pack. We will push an update here before too long and include all the skins that the drivers submitted for this series. So
let's go.
You'll have all of them soon, but Max Jaeger running this outer line. Liam in his shadow. And then move through this inner clip, grabbing all of the zones, both of them. As we move through this D-cell, a little bit of a tire drop from Max Jaeger in that lead position. Liam not letting him get anywhere at all. I mean, not touching him, but not letting him get far away. massaging his way onto the door through every zone.
I think that might have
Making
been one
sure
of
he
the
remembers.
most controlled chase runs I've seen all night.
That was a very methodical chase run. I think
He was-
methodical is the word that I would use.
He was,
It was
patient
very good,
and
yeah.
assertive. Yeah. Well, let's see what he's got in his lead after that chase. I'd assume he has quite a fantastic
Go ahead, Tofu.
lead. And we'll send him off. Lime green machine. Real smooth flick into outer one. Killing most of it. Max Jaeger is right on his door though with a big body. A little shallow into outer two is Liam, but gets a little more angle up to the next outer zone. Big snap into the D-cell zone. Filling all of that outer zone. And another big snap into the second to last outer zone. One more zone to go. He's going to throw it big. And almost pull a bit of a gap in those last two runs. I think he knows what he just did.
Yeah, I think Suzuya has that. I think Suzuya's got it. And if Suzuya wins, that will lock in our top three. As it stands, which would be SLI Serene, Six Shadows, and Max Jaeger.
I think Max Jaeger really gave it his all there. It was a pretty decent chase, but that big body versus a little E36, that takes a lot of skill to bring that big car up nice and close. He definitely wrangled that bull. That's for sure, though.
Yeah. All right, Suzuya moving on to the top 8. Nibish, Lugo up next. And they're both on the line. So Lugo gets set here. Oh, we'll probably do a reset here. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna call a
let's
reset there.
that. Yep, let's pull that back up.
All right, we're gonna
try
run
that
that
again.
Gonna run that back real quick.
Remember, if you're on the line, you do not need to back up and warm your tires up. Just stay on the
Yep,
line
nope,
and
should be good to go.
be
All
ready
right,
to rock.
let's go ahead and get ourselves up there and get this one kicking. All right, and we are off on a clean one. Nibish in our lead position. Lugo in the chase. Nibish commanding lead. Big proximity gap over Lugo. Grabbing all of the zones. Thus far, Lugo is in his pocket where he needs to be by the time we get to the second half of the track. Lugo with a little bit of contact pushing Nibish into the grass and off course. That did occur in the D-cell, so my assumption would believe that Lugo would be at fault. But we will see by the end of this run what the judges have to say.
That's not what you want to see trying to get into the top 8.
No, sir.
And we're ready to rock and roll for the second half of this battle. Get Tofu going to send him off. Oh, Lugo in the lead this time. He's going to chuck it in. Huge angle. Maybe taking Nibish by surprise, but filling all of outer zone 1. Cleanly into outer zone 2. Grabbing that inner clip. Really working his way through the track a lot better now. Nibish straightening out. That might be a 0 there. And we're going to finish this course up with a lot of questions. And we're going to have to look back and see kind of what's going on with this run.
I don't know. 0-0 OMT? Hard to tell. Let's watch this back-to-back C run 2 a little bit closer and see if Nibish is fully straightened. It kind of looked to me like he was, but yeah, that's a full loss of drift.
That's a full. He's driving straight. Yeah.
Yep.
He had to reinitiate, and he also
like we
got
do
punted
have
off course. So that's
like we
a
do
double
have a
zero
call.
if you ask me.
00OMT all the way across. We're gonna see it again. All right, here we go. Nibish leading off this OMT between himself and Lugo drifts. Nibish in the zone where he needs to be. Lugo making his way onto the door, and he's there. We get around and move through this inner clip. No tire drops from either driver. We're clean and consistent thus far. Nibish on the throttle, as is Lugo on the door of Nibish. As they move around the bank corner, finishing off this run, driver's door-to-door, bumper-to-bumper transition.
Wow,
Just
good
before.
finish.
Good stuff from Lugo, locking it in, but Nibish putting down a good lead.
All right, Tofu, go ahead and send him. We got Lugo in the lead, Nibish in the chase. Two great drivers, one slot in the top 8 that we got to fill. Lugo throwing it in. Nibish dropping a tire and losing a little bit of proximity because of it. Lugo shallowing up and kind of taking off, but Nibish does keep with him right there. Lugo, a real hesitant entry into that decel zone. But he does fill out a bit of the zone. Nibish a little shallow, I think, because of it. He doesn't really know what's going to go and happen next. And they do finish the run in one piece. And we will leave it to the judges to critique on that. But I think it could have really been a lot cleaner in that second run.
I don't know. This one's kind of a hard one. I mean, I really feel like Lugo has probably got this one. But I don't know.
Oh, they're having some fun after the line, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think with the little hiccups in the chase and run two, I'm kind of moving more toward Lugo here. You know, I think we see a big handful of mistakes from Nibish overall. Not only in the beginning of the run, but throughout the run in the chase, for sure. There was a little bit of a, like you said, hesitant initiation past the second decel, but I don't know. Looks like we do have a call, so we'll see which way they slide. We got one going Lugo, one OMT, and two
to Lugo.
to Lugo. Lugo gets
be
the
moving on to
majority,
the
and we'll
top
be
8.
moving on. So we have our grade 8.
We got it.
Drivers, if I call your name, make your way into the server and stay there. We have Frederick Vlakas, Furbs, TT Arian, KMR 99 Jaden, L2L Slammed, Shadow Realms Chewy, Liam Suzuya Akihiko, and AOM Lugo.
Stacked. Loaded top 8.
This is a good song, Dan.
You know what I'm thinking about right now?
Huh?
Shadow Realm Pro Pack Hot Wheels collection.
What?
Just imagine having a 1/64th diecast model of your pro car from the Shadow Realm car pack. Oh, that would be so cool.
I don't know if I can draft a good enough email to even get Hot Wheels' attention.
Come on, man, you're a professional.
I can't reach out to Mattel in a way. Doesn't Mattel do Hot Wheels? I can't reach out to them in the proper way to even make them read the email. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what techniques,
I wouldn't even know who to send it to, you know?
I don't know what techniques I need to, implement.
I'm just sitting here
to make
looking
this
at a couple
occur.
Hot Wheels on my wall going, man, I need a shit. You know, I could probably find someone who does, like, custom Hot Wheel paint jobs. We could probably figure something out.
Man,
that'd be crazy.
I don't know. I mean, money will make anything happen, but none of us have that. So.
Oh my gosh,
I don't know.
So much money. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe if I sent a check with a real letter, they might reconsider. But I don't have a check to write.
A real check with a real letter. Yes, sir.
All right, we're back in this thing. We're ready to crack into our grade A. We got Frederick Blockus in the lead. And we got Ferbs in that chase position, I believe. Yeah, nope, that's where we're at. We need both drivers on the line. We're going to rip it. We're going to get right into this grade A. Drivers, if you're not on the line, if you're not driving, please just hold back. Stay still. All right, we got Frederick Blockus and Ferbs. We're ready to go. Tofu. Pull the pull string. Get this motor started. All right, E92 180. Clean initiation. Ooh, I spoke too soon. Ferbs with contact with Fred. Up on initiation. Both drivers back to the line. That was during the run. Well, run two. Their judges are going to have to determine fault. Oh, yikes.
That was some front wheel to front wheel right there. That was
Yeah.
bad. All right, Ferbs in the lead, taking us off onto run 2. Frederick Blockus in the chase. Clean it up a little bit, boys. Ferbs throwing it in. Real clean initiation now. See, I almost just jinxed it again, but he fills up the whole first outer zone. Really deep in the second outer zone, grabbing that inner clip. Third outer zone is clean. Frederick is right there, knowing he might have a bit of an advantage here, so he's just kind of hanging in there. Pretty clean chase, real clean lead out front. A little shallow in that last outer zone, but they make it across. Ferb's gonna throw a 360, knowing that it's just kind of for fun at this point.
Dan,
Yes.
what year do you think this song came out?
See, I'm gonna say like 1985, but you're also gonna say like.
Oh, they are. I'm so right. Oh my god. Oh.
I have no idea what's actually.
Well,
playing on
I
stream.
did say earlier that I did tell Dan on stream. I was like, my stream has other music,
and that's what we're listening to.
That's what we're listening
to. Okay, we're not listening to the music you're listening to.
All right, we're ready to go. Frederick Blockus getting that last one. Moving on. Right now we have Jaden, Kmart 99 Jaden chasing TT Arian, and I believe we are ready to go. This, I think we're good for light for this one. If it didn't work on the first one, just do a chat. It's up to you, Tofu. You're the boss right now. All right, we're clean. Good start, TT Arian off the line in the Doorhouse S15, a little legacy sponsor skin for the old days. A little bit of a contact on transition from KMR Jaden. TT Arian running a clean line, staying on it throughout this. Very consistent. Wow. Really good flow through this section. I mean, just really locked in. I mean, there's really no hesitation. If I had to pick anything apart as far as that lead goes, maybe a little bit better coverage in the final outer zone in the beginning, but pretty damn good. What do you think, Dan?
That was really clean. I enjoyed watching that. We're going to send him off on the next run. Jaden is going to be in the lead. Arian is in the chase. Almost a backy into the first outer zone. They're going to fill. They could be a little deeper, but they filled the whole zone consistently. Arian kind of dropping a little tire on the inside, trying to keep proximity, but that proximity has been kept. He is right there with him. Jaden's still running a little bit shallow, could be a little deeper, but he's running smooth, allowing Arian to be right there in the pocket, doing nothing, unexpected, just absolutely banger runs. A couple mistakes here and there, allowing him not to be as deep as he could be, but very, very solid runs. Fantastic.
All right, Dan. So that last song you said, were you saying 1980 something?
I'm thinking like 1980, but you're going to say it was made like last week.
2020.
22, that's last week. Yeah, pretty much. What'd you do the last 5 years?
Bro, I'm going to send you that guy's album. That album
Okay.
is a good one. It's
Hell yeah,
a
dude.
good one. But, no, man, I mean, we're getting into some good battles tonight. Speaking of good ones, we're getting into them.
Yeah, some good ones.
These guys are some
speaking of good
knockdown
ones,
dropouts.
Next up, we have L2L Slammed and SR Zone Chewy. As long as this isn't a one more time battle, we'll be moving on to the next one, and that's going to be quite a heater itself. It's a pretty stacked top 8.
Big stack top 8. Oh, we have a call.
What you got?
Well, let's see which way they go. We have Judge 1 going OMT, Judge 2 going Arian. Judge 3
going on.
siding with an OMT. We're going to have one more round here.
So don't quite pull up to the line yet, boys.
Not
'cause we
yet.
got a whole
Not yet.
other run to go. You didn't listen to me. I said unless we got a one more time, which we do. I'm excited to watch that again. That was some really good drifting. Go ahead and send them off. TT Arian in the
There we go.
lead. Jaden in the chase. And Jaden's going to throw it a little deep, but he saves it. It's going to be a pretty big deduction, but I don't know if that's going to be a zeroed out. They're going to keep going. TT Arian does not seem very disturbed. He's throwing down that beautiful lead run that he did last run. Jaden, however, is a little shaken. He's not on the right line, making a few over rotations and a few under rotations. And that's going to hurt his overall score.
I agree. He locks it in towards the end, but not fast enough, in my opinion. I think he's got some issues for being in the lead. But nonetheless, he's got to speak up right now. And here he goes to kick us off for the second half of this run in the lead position. Jaden ripping this bad boy all the way through. Arian getting a little bit close and comfortable, too comfortable maybe, dropping a tire on the inside on that clip. That's not the deduction he needs to have. I mean, he needs to just lay a consistent chase, get a little bit too aggressive. And, typically we don't get mad about that, but it's a strategy, big contact right across the line. Again, that's pushing him back into OMT territory, if not Arian. I mean, I don't know. I think Ultimately, he's going to be safe. I think it's going to be Arian's win, but risky business is what I'm saying.
Risky business for sure. With aggression, you need to have some restraint and you have to have patience. You got to wait for that time to take your chance, and then you got to restrain yourself from going too far. It's just like blackjack. When you boil it down, drifting is really just a game of blackjack.
It is. And Arian won that game of blackjack, and we'll be moving on to our Final Four tonight. Oh. Ow. Ooh, goodness. Ooh, goodness. All right.
You okay there?
Yeah, I'm riding. All right, we got Slammed leading Chewy. Yep, we do need a chat countdown for this one. And we will have it ribbon on right here right now. I think we need do we need chat countdown for this one? Hold up. Oh yeah, Chewy can't, yeah. Hopefully Slammed. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Confusion. We'll figure it out. In a moment, these drivers will go, and we will be excited. Let's try light again. Let's try chat.
Who likes drifting? I like drifting. Just want to see it.
Okay, Chewy with a little bit of a late start, but enough. He's not far. We're good. All right, we are off to the races. Slammed, Chewy both in that outer zone. Chewy closing their proximity gap on Slammed as we make our way into this inner clip. Chewy with a little bit of a tire drop. Slammed may have had one as well. I do not know for sure. The diesel zone we are Slammed may be a little bit exceeding the outer zone in the beginning before we hit the outer zone. I'm talking in past tense. Ultimately, bumper to bumper transition, Slammed, grabbing every inch of every zone. Good run for the first half.
We've got a new best chase of the night. I think we've got a new best chase of the night. That was next level. Slammed is gonna have to bring it here in the second half of this run. We need a chat countdown for Chewy, and we will send these boys right away. Here we go. Chewy in the lead. Tearing off. Dragging the outside white line. Real smooth in that second outer two. Slam dropping a tire on the inside to gain that proximity. And smacking Chewy in the decel zone. Slammed is going to keep going like he didn't even hit him, but we all know there was some contact there. Chewy's going to fall right in line like the bro he is. Finish out the run, having a good time.
All right, we got a quick call from the judges on that one. We move into the sliders very quickly here. Oh, Chewy won. Haha, I missed it. That's how fast production is right now.
I'm fast as fuck, boy!
We got Liam Akihiko in the lead against Lugo Drifts. We're not ready to go yet, but we're about to be. Production did the trick where you get a roll of Smarties and crush them up and then see what happens.
Oh no.
And they're dealing with, okay, we're back. Okay, they are caffeinated and ready to go. All right, Liam Akihiko in the lead, Lugo in the chase. We're ripping. And we are off. E36 FC. Lugo getting dirty in that chase position, locking in the pocket early on. But Liam Akihiko trying to take off in that E36. We move through here, a little rotary V8 action. But Lugo has not let him get too far away, although he has less displacement. Staying close. The downforce on the wing, keeping him in the pocket. Liam Akihiko laying down a fantastic lead. I mean, judges are looking for mistakes, and none were made in run one. So, oh no, Dan, someone's got to mess up.
Well, let's hope they don't. I want to see some great drifting. I want to see one more times if that's possible. Lugo drifts tearing off the lead position. Liam right there behind him. They're going to flick it into the outer zone. A little bit of hesitation from Lugo, as we saw earlier in this competition. He's filling out zones though. Liam kind of gaining some trust and pushing back in closer. They're going to be filling out that outer zone quite a bit after the decel zone, and very smooth into the second to last outer zone. Liam right there, almost straightening into that final zone, but doing so to get very close proximity. We're gonna have to take a look back at that and see exactly what happened in that last outer zone. But definitely enjoyed watching the first half of that battle first. We'll see what the judges have to say about that. I wouldn't mind watching the replay myself.
Oh, yeah. I think ultimately back and forth, if you watch the runs side to side, I think we have a little bit more consistency. Well, the leads are both fine. You know, there's nothing to really complain about. We're watching chase to chase here, right? So we have Lugo in the FC, and then we have Liam in the E36. Liam, big tire drop on that inner clop, inner clip.
The inner cloud, yep.
Yeah, the inner clop caused a little bit of issue. As far as mirroring, okay, so that's one thing the judges really like to look at is mirroring of angle. We're good. I don't have anything to pick apart. Outer zone 1 is one of those spots where you're going into a downhill off a bank where the body is upset, or the body of the car is going to be upset. It's an interesting situation, so we'll see which way they slide.
Well, we got a judge call, and Judge 1 is going to go towards Liam. Judge 2 is going to say one more time. That's what I was thinking. And Judge 3 is going to say one more time. We got one more times, and we're going to line them back up and start all over again.
One more.
What happened in that last run? I don't know, because it's a one more time, and it does not matter until there are two one more times.
Anymore. Even when there's two one more times, it doesn't matter. Only the third battle matters.
Yeah, right.
Okay, we are off. Liam Akihiko in the lead. Lugo drifts some AOM in the chase. Ooh, Liam going 2 off. Lugo keeping it safe to let Liam enough room to get back onto the track, but also make sure he stays on the door of Liam Akihiko. And he does so thus far, maintaining his proximity to the door of Liam. But Liam doing a pretty good run on the second half of the track, but I'm almost certain he went 3 off. I know he went 2 off. Might have been 3. 3 is a 0. 2 was a oh god. So we will see. But we got another half of this one going. We need drivers to go back to pit and get back to the line. We'll have a Lugo in that lead position. Liam in the chase.
Alright, Toper going to send him off, and Lugo tearing off in that first place position. He's going to throw it in, and Liam's going to throw it a little extra in that first zone again, but Lugo does keep it right on that line like he should. Aaron threw a decent line through the first couple outer zones. Big decel in the zone though. Carry a great outer zone. Second to last outer zone. Liam is right there with him. Lugo tearing down a great line. Liam a little on the inside and shallow on that last outer zone. But they do get across the line cleanly.
And that'll be a clean win for Lugo. And the judges agree. Lugo, moving on. I'm going to take this one. We have our final four, which consists of Frederick Blockus, TT Arian, Shadow Realms Chewy, and AOM's Lugo. So up now, we need Frederick Blockus and TT Arian to the line. Let's knock this one out. Frederick will be leading and Arian will be chasing. We are on the line. I'm feeling saucy. Let's crack this egg open. We got Frederick taking us off here. Let's see how we do. Good initiation coverage of first outer zone. TT Arian not letting him get anywhere, moving his way into the pocket, really focusing on that mimicking of angle as we get into the second half of the course. Frederick skinny pedal down, but also is Arian. Frederick grabbing all the zones though, with good, consistent coverage as well. He's been extremely, I've used this word a couple of times, methodical tonight.
Methodical.
Methodical.
Mythicological.
Mythicological.
Mythicological. He's been very mythicological.
Yes, very nice.
That was a very clean run. I do like seeing those kinds of runs. I want to see that again. So, Arian has been throwing down amazing leads all night long. We're going to hopefully see one of those tonight. Let's see what Frederick Blockus can do to chase it. Amazing entry for both of them. Frederick right there on his door. Arian filling all of the zone. Frederick is not letting him out of his sight. Arian filling all the zones. Could have been a little deeper. A little early on transition, but I think at this point he's kind of figured it out and he's following through with a great second half of the run. And Frederick is right there with him. Could have been a little closer on the second half of that run, but pretty solid. Very, very similar runs.
Really similar runs. You know, I mean, this is kind of hard to be picky about. You know, it's another one of those. I think we're going to be looking at, or we judges are going to be looking at tire drops, little hiccups, bobbles, mistakes that we may not have caught during commentary. But man, there weren't many. Frederick did have a couple of moments where he was massaging it into the pocket rather than just snapping into it. Whereas Arian was kind of there the whole time. I feel like Frederick was being a little bit too safe for the top four. You know?
I definitely saw that. There was some risk that needed to be taken.
I feel like Arian was doing what he needed to do, and Frederick was just being a little safe, you know. So I wouldn't be surprised if this one slides toward Arian. And we have our panel up. We will see where they go. One Arian, one OMT. And Judge 3 will go Arian. Arian moving on to our final battle tonight.
Alright, that's going to leave one battle left in the top four, and that's going to be SR Zone Chewy versus AOM Zone Lugo.
Chewy and Lugo. Chewy's going to be leading to start us off here. And here we are. We were ready to go. Patrick Starr in the A90.
Leadle.
We'll see how many Lidls we get. As Chewy throws it in the outer zone one, dropping one tire out there, but riding the wall the rest of the way. Lugo maybe struggling to keep up. Nope, I'm a liar. He's right there. Manages to get himself right where he needs to be. A little bit of contact in the back half of the cars between the two drivers. Chewy locking on the outer zone and trying to finish the rest of this track as Lugo magnetizes to his door.
Have you noticed that Chewy is so fast through that first sector that almost every driver who chases him hits him in the decel zone? Everyone's trying to keep up.
Everyone's trying to catch up, yeah.
Everybody hits him in the decel zone.
He's been driving the A90 chassis for a long time. He knows how to dial that thing in. So,
Well, Lugo taking off in that lead position. He's going to throw pretty decent angle into that first outer zone, carrying it right on the wall, just like Chewy did. Chewy's right there, just like Lugo was. Little love tap on the door to let him know he's there. So I think it's all going to come down to this zone where Chewy is conservative but tucks it right in when he needs to. Lugo throwing down a very predictable lead run, allowing Chewy to just get right there. Chewy taking the front bumper off on that transition.
yeah, I was gonna say that
line.
last transition. That was
some fire stuff.
from
right
from
there.
the angle that me and Dan had. There was not much room available.
No, I think there's not a Toyota badge left on the front of that car.
Wow. Woo! Chewy. Moving on.
Going to the finals to
Going to
battle
the finals.
TT Arian.
Chewy v TT Arian to cap out the series. Who will be our winner tonight? We already have our series winners, which SLI Serene on the top of that podium. Six Shadows from Shadow Realm on second, and Drifting Magic's Max Yeager in third. So
Have we
huge shout out to those guys. This was a 9-round series overall. So, and
have we talked about prizes, or are we talking about that after
the prizing information has been talked about in the driver chat, so the drivers know about the prizing and everything. But I'll say a little bit about that at the end of the stream. But
Okay,
we're gonna
sounds
kick
good.
off the
Let's
second
send
half
them
of
off.
this bad boy.
TT Arian and Chewy. TT Arian in the lead. He's going to burn it out. This is for the win. Huge angle, but dropping a couple tires in that first outer zone. Chewy right there with him, shallowing up to keep the proximity and dive in for this second sector. He's right there with him. He's going to go conservative again in the decel zone so he can dive in real deep on that third outer zone. Second to last outer zone, both of them going right to the edge of the track, very close and across the line with not a card between them. This is what I see when I see a final battle, that's for sure.
Dang.
And they're going to give each other a little smooch before they go back to pits.
Yeah.
And
Gives
run this
Lugo
back.
a little smooch.
Yeah. That's just sportsmanship right there. If I ever
That's
seen
Chewy though. That's not Chewy being mean. That's Chewy being Chewy. That's Chewy being nice. Like that was a sweet smooch. All right, Tofu, when you're ready. All right, we're off here. Chewy leading us off at the second half of this battle. Clean initiation in outer zone 1, but TT Arian not letting him get anywhere. He is so far in his shadow and drops a tire on inner 1, which could be a big problem. But Chewy, ooh, maybe dropping a tire there. I didn't have the proper angle on my end, but Arian where he needs to be, Chewy where he needs to be. Are we OMTing? I don't know, man. Dan, help me. I don't know what to do.
I want to see it. I want to see it go again. as much as I want our SR driver to win, I also really want to see these two amazing drivers go at it again.
These guys are locked in.
They've both been running absolutely flawless lines all night. I don't think we have two more deserving final
We have
battle
a winner.
drivers. We do. Grizz, go ahead and let the fellers know.
We will wait until our sliders start moving. But it is a unanimous decision, and Chewy will be taking this due to a double tire drop in the first outer zone for Marion. Chewy taking round 3, the final round of the SRDL 2025 series. What a run this year, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a good one. Thank y'all for coming out. Thank y'all for coming out to every round. We appreciate y'all having y'all around for every round. Our drivers this year for the series winners, SLI Serene, will be going home with a status steering wheel, courtesy of Shadow Realm staff. We are donating these prizes. Our partners, we kind of work on a basis of mutual relationship and trying to get each other's name out there. So staff has donated these prizes on our own behalf. First place, SLI Serene will get a status steering wheel for the rig use or IRL use. It applies to both. Second place, Six Shadows, gets a kiss from me. He'll be redeeming that on October 1st of 2025. And third place is going to get a sim gear, or a piece of equipment sim gear that they don't already have from one of our partners. So I'm gonna work with Max and try to figure out what he needs, what might make him a little bit more competitive on the track, and we're gonna figure that out and make sure that makes its way to him. But thank you all for coming out. We appreciate you all. And we'll see you very soon. We're gonna be doing some pop-up comps. We'll definitely have some of those before the end of the year. And yeah, I mean, we're never gonna stop doing what we're doing. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Thank you for supporting us, and we'll see you soon.